Hi everyone, and welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, the author of The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss, and this is where I show you recipes for healthy, permanent, and sustainable weight loss. And today I'm going to be making something from page 133 that I call ZOODLES with sun-dried tomato MaRAWnara. It's like marinara, but it's raw, meaning unheated, uncooked, so I call it MaRAWnara. And I've been making this for about 16 years, since I graduated culinary school, actually. And it's really easy to make. You know, when you think about it, when you buy jarred tomato sauce, traditional jarred tomato sauce, there is more sugar in a half-cup serving of pasta sauce than even in 2 Oreos. So when you make it yourself, it's not very expensive. It's very easy to make. In the same amount of time that you could heat it up, you could make it in a high-powered blender, because the high-powered blender actually heats it up, so there's no pan to dirty and no heating on the stove required. So we're going to start with the tomatoes. And I'm going to put those in the blender first. Even though a high-powered blender should ostensibly be able to blend everything at the same time, I always do the wet stuff first, which is the tomatoes. That's probably too many, but I've already cut them up, so that's fine. So I'm just going to give these a quick little blend. And then I'm going to add the remaining ingredients. What makes it sun-dried tomato marinara is the sun-dried tomatoes, which I have soaked in water so that most of the water has been absorbed, so they're nice and soft. And I always make sure I get one that has no sulfites, that has no added salt. And that, I think, was about 3/4 of a cup or 3 ounces. I'm going to add my shallot and my garlic and a cut up red bell pepper. And I'm going to add my fresh basil or basil, and this is optional. Dates. I have 4 deglet nor that I soaked in water to soften. The reason for that is because you think about it, tomatoes are very acidic, they can be very sour sometimes, and that's why sugar is traditionally used in tomato sauce. This will just balance the acidity. If dates are a problem for you, you can leave them out. People make this all the time, they tell me. Without the dates, it tastes fine. If you want another little bit, something to put in sweet, you could put a little piece of a beet or a carrot. And then if you like it hot, just a tiny bit of crushed red bell pepper flakes. This makes it like arrabbiata or Diablo, and it doesn't have to be this much at all. If you're making it for kids, you probably want to leave that out. And so now you just blend. Now the great thing about a high-powered blender is if I were to let this run for about another minute or 2, it would actually heat up. You would actually see the steam coming up. You could, I suppose, heat it up another way, but if you have a high-powered blender, it does it for you. So what about the pasta? So if you're following the Ultimate Weight Loss program, we don't eat any pasta. We're SOFAs free. No sugar, oil, flour, alcohol, salt, no refined foods whatsoever, completely unprocessed. Even the 1 ingredient pasta made from beans, we don't do that, because sugar and flour go through the same refining process as drugs and alcohol, and those of us that are sensitive to the effects of refined food addiction don't do very well with pasta. Plus, it's got a high caloric density compared to the whole grains from which it is made from. So eat the whole grain, not the processed grain. A great substitute is ZOODLES, or zucchini noodles. And you can get one of these cool little machines for anywhere from $10 to $20 on Amazon or Bed Bath & Beyond. I'll put a link in my Amazon store, the one that I like, or you could just get a vegetable peeler. But the idea is to make little noodles. Now you can buy ZOODLES pretty much now in any grocery store. It doesn't have to be a health food store. I've seen these in the regular grocery store, both in the freezer section and the fresh section, but it's going to be a lot more expensive than if you make them yourself. So you just take, this is my organic zucchini. I just cut the end off, cut it in half. This comes with 3 different size blades, and then I just twirl. Look at this. Isn't this cool? And it comes in different sizes. So you can have like a linguine, you can have like a pappardelle or a fettuccine, and you just twirl. And you can also do potatoes like this, or beets or carrots, and just have the fun of having these little noodles. Now, if you want them to really look like pasta, then what you want to do is peel it. But you know, this is organic, and so there's fiber and nutrients in the skin, so I'm going to eat this. I don't really care. But if you're serving it to somebody else, imagine what they're going to think if it looks like this. it really does look like pasta. Now, I like it raw, and when I've heated up the sauce in the high-powered blender, I put it on that, it kind of wilts it. If you want it cooked, I would say the best thing to do would be blanch it very quickly in boiling water, just for like, I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds. But this will soften, and if your family won't eat it, maybe mix it in with the pasta so they won't know. There's like almost no calories. It's almost negative calories because all you're eating here are really non-starchy vegetables. So we take our sauce and we just pour it over the top, as much or as little as you like. It's so beautiful. It's kind of chunky, just the way I like it. And then I like to sprinkle it with a little bit of the faux Parmesan. This is the enlightened version. I know I showed you how to make this in a previous episode. And if I'm serving it to someone, I might just kind of garnish it to look a little bit pretty, like that. And there you have it. This could be your vegetables for breakfast. If you ever tried my oven roasted ratatouille, it's very good on this as well. So give it a try. Page 133 of The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss, zoodles with sun-dried tomato marinara, and enjoy. Remember, if you're not hungry enough to eat your vegetables, you're probably not hungry. I'm Chef AJ. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Weight Loss Wednesday. I make healthy taste delicious so that you can have both the health and the body that you so richly deserve. To your health.